All right, guys, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, I think connected to Wi-Fi and it just bugged the space. So my apologies. If somebody can post it, Leo or Gary or something like that, can you post the new link inside Discord, please, to let everybody know?
Yeah, I got you.
And then I already changed the name of the space and retweeted it out. So hopefully we'll give it just a few minutes. Apologies, guys, for the technical difficulties today getting started on this. Hopefully, everybody's having a great hump day, Wednesday, or if you're down south on the other side, it's already Thursday for you guys.
Uh, yeah, it's already Thursday in
Yeah.
Australia. It's still Wednesday for me.
Yeah, I think you and I are in the same time zone. Oh,
You're in. I thought you were in the
no,
Pacific.
I'm in Central.
Okay, yeah, we're in the same time
Yeah.
zone.
Very good.
I think Holly, that's in Pacific.
Gary, if you can come up, I'm going to go ahead and send you an invite too as well. All right, guys. So we'll get things kicked off. Don't have too many things to update the community about this week, but just in case somebody happens to be tuning in to this later on, Xeno mining is a uh, blockchain proof of work mining project, mining BTC, LTC, so Bitcoin, Litecoin, Doge, Cadena, and Nervos. We currently have miners online. We are in phase 3 of our mint, so it's roughly around $300 in USD on the ETH chain. So I do see Polly down there. I don't know, Polly, if you want to be able to come up and talk after your root now today, it'd be great to hear your voice and see if you have one today. But yeah, so guys, so things are kind of moving along. If you've been following along with where we're at, we currently have a few of our miners that have been sent for repairs due to the fact that they're not hashing at the proper rate that they should be. So we've had to send those out for some warranty work. I believe I don't, Gary. I don't know if he's going to come up and talk more about that, but to my understanding, we are actively um, putting some feelers out for current pricing to go ahead and acquire some additional miners at this point in time where we're at with the mint so that we can get that rolling. And if you were aware, we put out some capital expenditures to start looking at building out our own facility. So even though we may not have as many miners as we anticipated, we look to get a head start on the facilities to then start hosting our own, which means that we will be able to control our costs much better. And we still continue on the back end to look for either some other hosting possibilities as well, and even getting an even better power rate than our current 4.5 cents. So we're still a lot of stuff working on the back end to expand the mining operation with miners and potential partnerships. It's been a pretty busy week, last couple weeks, actually with AMA. So thank you for anybody who's been tuning into those AMAs. We appreciate you plopping your PFP in there and kind of helping support and bring those numbers. We've had some exposure to some good projects. If you guys were aware today, I was able to get onto a pretty large space before I think it ended up rugging later on with Rose XRP's connection later on, but at least I was able to share what was going on with Xeno mining to some new eyes. So that was good. Um, Hopefully, that continues to just grow. Appreciate Sam. You guys have been doing really well with pulling together all these collabs and getting these AMAs. I know it's kind of tough sometimes in this market, but you know, that's the beauty of having a team and some really good people working on the back end. So it's been excellent to continue that journey, right? So things are looking really good for us and our position of being able to continuing to acquire mining rewards for you guys. We are quickly coming out. Today is what, the 27th, so just in a few days, we have a scheduled payout ready to drop, and again, that will be on Wrapped BTC. Um, so you guys will be fortunate enough if you had everything staked by September 1st and it has your ammo allocated to each NFT. Obviously, you will be seeing some of those rewards. Um, if you're part of the Xeno Cash Pool, I think we're still waiting on some funds to come back before we allocate XCP2, and then we will continue that. So there have been some holdups, but um, I can say that from my personal experiences that the new overhaul with the XCPs has been working really well. So we look forward to you guys participating in that. And if you do not know what the XCP is, then inside the Discord, please pop in there. If you're not participating in it yet, you will want to get some more information. So please open a ticket. We'll get you that information, share with you what you need to do to participate in that, because besides your mining rewards, there's some other opportunities for generating some revenue. So don't forget to participate in that. So um, yeah. Fleece, I don't know if you have some time to opportunity to come up and share anything in particular. I think, guys, that where we are at, I have even listened to some other projects out there that again, not to speak poorly at all about them, but they're not in as good a position as we are to have had miners online um, and hashing and be in a position to purchase more at this particular price point. I think that I know the mining team is watching mining prices. They're actively watching the release of new miners, what that may mean for it may be important for us to hold on to some of the capital raised before expensing it out for miners to see when those potential drops are. I know there's some new miners that are going to be coming on the market that we may want to hold back some of our capital for in order to have that ready to deploy as soon as those new miners are able to purchase and position ourselves to be ahead. Um, so again, we're going to be moving into the immersion mining facility. Again, that's going to increase the amount of mining rewards. The next quarterly payout should hit us in January, right? So by that time, we'll have more miners online, hashing for a longer period of time. So the rewards then will go up. I believe at this point in time, we have wrapped BTC. We'll be looking to have wrapped KDA for you as well, and then continue to grow from there. So look for updates on the user interface as well with those rewards. Make sure that you have your NFT staked and earning ammo, and then allocate your ammo. Some of you who are maybe newer will need to claim your ammo. I do believe that we are going to open up some opportunities for some members to do some little bit of trading with the ammo, so that those folks who are a little behind can look to acquire some more ammo to maximize their rewards. So stay tuned for all that stuff. There's lots of stuff going on. Again, phase 3 is open. $300 currently. We will be looking to increase that price as we start moving along, as the mint goes up, as we start adding more and more value to the project. And I do know the executive team has some things that they're working on in the back end that hopefully will come to fruition that will be pushing us forward as well. So lots of good stuff coming up. Again, the train is moving right along the tracks. So nothing to really hiccup about, or to be concerned about. Um, these are going to be your last opportunities to get these NFTs at this price. When I looked on the secondary market the other day, there is only one NFT for sale out of the entire collection. That is freaking amazing that we have such diamond hand holders. They know the value of what this brings. To only have one listed, and I think it was like at 0.33 ETH. So, well, three times above what its mint cost was, um, easily, and only one listed. So that means we have a community that understands what they hold, which is what we want. And there's still more to come with some of the XCP bonuses that we'll be able to bring and what it means for the DAO. Don't forget, next month we have a DAO meeting coming up. So if you're not part of that group, please join that group as well. So lots of stuff going on with Xeno mining for you guys in the community. I know most of you already know this stuff. It's good to hear it again and just kind of know where we're at. We do ask that if you have any relationships with other communities that should hear about us, please bridge those gaps for us so we can get in talks with them about doing an AMA. Tag Sam the Capitalist with us, or Disconnected in Discord. And we'll get those collabs scheduled because there's a lot of good stuff going on that we continue to keep building with. So, but uh, Sam, Staba, if there's anything that you can think of the community should be aware of, would appreciate you go ahead and putting in some words. Otherwise, I feel like I'm just kind of rambling on at this point.
No, you're all good. I do know that we have our first payout coming in a couple of
Yep.
days. I don't think that was mentioned, and if it was, I definitely didn't hear it. But October 1st, anyone that staked their Xenos prior to the first of this month should be getting the first payout. So that's exciting. It's coming out pretty soon, in addition to all the other stuff we have going on.
Yep. We still have poker that we are working on, doing running our own poker table. So stay tuned for that to come about as well. So pay attention to the Discord events as they are constantly being new events being added to that. So yeah, I just really appreciate the community helping the team continue to build this out for you guys. It means a lot for us to be able to build something that's going to really make a difference for veterans and first responders, and just kind of accelerate our growth, right? So we're, I say this every week, but we are well positioned in a good place. So Stabba, I do see you with your hand up, my man. So I'll go ahead and pass the mic over to you. You have it, brother.
Yeah, I just saw Parley come up, so I wanted to get a word in before he came on board and speak. Hey, no, I'm just going to say that similar to Sam, I'm pretty stoked about seeing these rewards starting to come in. It's an exciting time for us, and just looking for it to grow. And yeah, this is just the start of our future being an easier one for all of us. So yeah, stick in with it, fam. Don't give up on the hope, and we'll just keep riding.
Yeah, man. I mean, you are right. This is a super exciting time, especially because those of us who have been awaiting these rewards to finally see it come to fruition. Although it may, I'll preface it with it may not be a ton in the beginning, but it's a snowball effect, right? So as we get more miners online and the time period of the next quarter, we're going to see a significant difference in those. And if you are an OG holder, don't forget you get that extra 5% from that community wallet as well. So that's the benefit of holding those OGs and having those in partnership with your Xeno. So, um, Paulie, I do see that were able to come up, man. I hope you're feeling okay after your root canal. So if you'd like to share a few words, man, it would be great to hear from you.
Yeah, what's up, guys? No, I'm good, man. No big deal. It's my first root canal, but it was a piece of cake. No weak shit.
You're yeah, you're coming through loud and clear today, man. You must be somewhere else where you got some good Wi-Fi today.
Yeah, I'm at my mom's working over here trying to get her house put together for her, my stepdad, and my step grandpa that they're taking in to move in with them. So just over here working, man, getting the house put together for them. But yeah, no, it's some exciting times right now. We actually had a really good meeting yesterday with our mining team. We had a couple of miners that were pushing back to warranty that aren't performing at the hash rate we expect them to perform at. Those should be back online next week to pull us right up to the 30 miners online that we've been pushing to get to. And then we're going to go ahead and order another 10 and expect to have those online. Usually takes a couple weeks to get them in, takes them another week or so to, to get the firmware installed, to get them tested, and then to get them online. So I would say probably more towards like end of October, we'll see another 10 come online to push us up to
Hmm.
40 total online. And then we'll look to purchase another 10 immediately thereafter. And that's kind of our steady state right now, is just to keep, sales continue to come in as they have. We've seen a pretty consistent amount of sales weekly. We just take funds and then turn around and buy more miners and get more miners online. So we'll continue to push for that to get to probably somewhere around 50 by December, which is where the immersion mining will come into play. So we'll look
Hmm.
to have about 50 miners online that they'll then pull. There'll be a really short downtime when they, excuse me, pull those miners to the immersion facility. They'll have everything in place to, pull the hardware that you pull. You pull the fan, you pull some other hardware out of the miner when you actually immerse the miners, and they'll drop those miners in immersion. And then it's a pretty big play for us at that point come December when we move to immersion, because as you're familiar with, and I don't know if everybody here is, but you overclock the miners, and it's a pretty significant increase in hash rate, which obviously increases your return somewhere around 30%. So we're really excited about this move from, where we're on air cooled now, which is good. It's not, we're actually even getting a good, rate, 6 to 7 cents, somewhere in the middle of that right now with air cooled, which is pretty good considering what the industry standard is. So we're really excited about the opportunity to move to that sub 4 cent power cost in immersion, because when you look at what we're at now and producing our return, which, as you stated, like this first payout here in a couple days, it's not going to be a lot because that first payout's based on the first 10 miners that were online, and then 20, and then 25, and now we're looking to move to 30. So going to be a small payout to start, but that'll continue to build, as you said, that kind of snowball effect as we push more miners online. But the big move will be when we go to immersion in December, and then you're just going to see a significant increase then, and it'll just continue to build as we continue to sell as we have. We'll continue to buy more miners and push more miners online, and it's just going to continue to grow, man. So pretty exciting time for us for sure.
No, I completely agree. I mean, I know a lot of us have been working really hard in the back end to kind of help bring this to fruition with all the different team members that we have doing, from content and events to our mining team. So, I know everybody's been working really hard in the back end to kind of help push everything forward. I think for us as it gets a little frustrating at times because things don't move as quickly as we want them, and patience becomes a very tough lesson to learn in the industry. And like Paulie was saying, just from the time we purchase them, by the time they ship, by the time they arrive, they are tested, and then brought online. It's a process, right? And it'd be nice if we could just wave a magic wand and say, all right, the order's placed, and here you go. Now they arrive the next day. And maybe it'd be great if they arrived via Amazon shipping and as paid for the expedited shipping and online within just a few days, right? But it doesn't work out that way, and we have to be a little patient. There is a process to it. But yeah, I think as we continue to purchase more miners and build up that, I think as people start to see the rewards coming in, that excitement is going to continue to build because of what we're going to be offering and bringing in, especially once they're. I'm excited to see the difference once we start getting into immersion. That what that reward and that hashing rate is going to be, and that'd be a great thing to kind of have the mining team come on and share a little bit about the consistent hash rate and then what that difference is when we start looking at immersion, just so people can see, man, what a difference it's going to make for us, and potential rewards by that time too. We will have had miners on long enough to kind of start gauging a little bit of what some returns might look like over a period of time. And obviously, that's going to continue to adjust, especially as we move into immersion and continue to add some immersion online. Now, I know last time Fleece was up here, Paulie, and he talked about kind of moving, putting some capital expenditures out and trying to go ahead and get a head start on building our own facility to host at. I believe that's still the plan, is possibly to just do that, and get moving forward with our own facility. I don't know if there's anything more that you would like to expand on that a bit more, or if there's any other alpha that you would like to go ahead and drop in the space today, just to give the community an update of where we sit.
Yeah, man, we're pretty fortunate to have the team that we have. I think the shift that we made to this agile method, building teams, and the output that we've seen from the teams has really allowed myself, Fleece, Gary, Aaron, like our mining team, to start to dive into these other business ventures. And for us, it's purchasing land, it's getting power, it's getting a container, it's getting our own facility set up. So we're actively engaged in getting prices on land, power, run. Gary, who we're again thankful to have him on our team with the expertise and knowledge that he has to kind of help to push that process forward. So yeah, it's nothing that's set in stone yet, because there's a lot of time and effort and energy, and a lot of like, we're not going to just dive into something like, as we've done for over 2 years now. Like, we're not going to make any brash decisions. We're going to make sure we do our due diligence, do some research, contact every facility that we can to get feedback from them on what their experiences have been, look at land in more than one area, the opportunity to have like hydropower, let's say in Washington or Tennessee, where you have these empty wells that are untapped for natural gas. Like, there's a lot of opportunities for us. It's really just making the decision that's in the best interest of the community, of the holders, of the investors that are coming in and purchasing NFTs. Because as all of us are holders here in this project, like, we all want to see the absolute best return that we can produce. And a lot of that takes a little bit of time, because again, we want to make sure we make the best decision. So there's a lot of investigative work going on behind the scenes right now to make sure that we do tap into the best resource, the best land, power, all of those things that come into play, so that we can make a good decision and then move forward. And once we do finalize where we're going to purchase land, the power cost, cost of a container, immersion for ourselves, like, those things are all really flushed out, then it's a pretty quick move for us. So we'll definitely be keeping the community up to date as we kind of dive deeper into it and make some decisions. Like, we're all about making announcements to the community as we move forward. So
Yeah.
there's some big things coming up for sure. I think I think what people are going to see is, once these first payouts come, it's going to be a little bit of a buzz, because people are going to see that it's happening. And then in December, when we move to immersion, there's going to be a pay increase. And then you have the January payouts come shortly after, and then all of a sudden, like, people are going to see that this is it's real, it's happening, and the price will increase. And then people are going to miss out on the opportunity to get in at the price that it is now, right? So
Mm-hmm.
it's going to be kind of a rush at that point, in my eyes, of people trying to jump in before that price raises again. And we're talking about continuing to raise the price as we continue to put more miners online and we continue to produce more returns. So that's only
Yep.
going to continue to grow. I mean, that's the thing, is like, it's, as we've proven in this space for like I said, 27, almost 28 months, like, that we've
28
been
months.
doing.
Yeah.
We're just consistently moving forward. Like there is no moving backwards. It's just with the team that we have and with Fleece as the leader that he is, like it's no weak shit, man. Like we don't play around. When we say we're going to do something, we do it. And when we say we're going to, just like the XCP, just like with the mining, just like with the OGs, there's so much value in every, even a second battalion, man. The second battalions were a free mint. People can mint those now for a pretty reasonable price to be stacking 90 ammo tokens a day per NFT. So
Right.
everything that's been done has been for the community, and again, like we're all holders too. So it's obviously going to help, to benefit us. But man, I tell you what, like if you don't get in now, you're going to be kicking yourself in the ass because we're not going to just sit around and wait. We're going to keep moving forward. And as that continues to happen and we continue to build more infrastructure and more miners come online, like the price will increase. It has to.
Yeah. Yeah, there's just too much value to be made from each NFT that it will command a higher price point, and that's kind of where I think don't forget, guys, if you're not familiar with even the portal pass that we have that offers you a free NFT in the next first responder collection by owning an OG and holding us 2 second battalions and holding 3 Xeno in that ratio, that gives you a portal pass, or what we are affectionately referring to a portal pass, and that gives you a free mint in the next collection of first responders. And they are stackable. So if you have multiple OGs partnered with, uh, the right amount of second battalions and the equivalent amount of Xenos, then you can get multiple NFTs from the next collection. So for anybody who needs more clarity on that, maybe it's clear as mud the way I explained it, but feel free to ask the questions inside Discord. And any of the moderators or team members will be happy to answer that. But that's where that additional value comes in from just holding those other collections, and really the thoughtfulness behind building out the ecosystem to really be supportive of each collection, where not any collection is really going to be left behind. There's an important reason to have an OG and what that's going to mean, and that is a very small subset group. Those OGs, there's only 777 of them. So that will be significant when you start looking at the revenue that's broken out from the community wallet just for those OG holders. So it's important to kind of do your due diligence and research and ask the questions, and you'll see why those OGs have continued to hold their price. And that's, as I said, Paulie, I don't know if you heard me, but when I checked the secondary, there was literally one Xeno listed for sale at like 3 times its mint cost. So, I think the community is our community that's been around is well aware of it, but anybody that's new coming to us, please ask the questions. Please read through the white paper and ask those questions, because we want you to be informed. We want you to understand the value creation that we're bringing to you as a holder, and I think that's what continues to drive the team every day. Is yes, we are holders, so we have a very vested interest in making things work on the back end and doing the work and getting it done, because it not only benefits us, but it benefits an entire community behind it. And being holders, we understand what you guys are going through. And on that note, too, Polly, I know that we've discussed, folks, that we've gotten a lot of feedback from the community about, the ammo token being on ERC 20. And I know that we've had some discussions on the team in the back end about potentially moving it to another a chain. I'm assuming that that is not off the table at this point. I know that we still want to look based on the feedback from the community, and so I know that our dev is still continuing to work on some of these things and see what our options are. I don't think that we've settled on anything currently. Is that correct, Paulie?
Yeah. Yeah. No, we haven't settled on anything specifically, but we are definitely actively looking at options outside of creating a liquidity pool in ICO. Like we're looking at options on other networks in addition to, again, just to provide more value. Because why? Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just the thing that we've constantly seen here. And it's a lot of people that are coming into the community new haven't seen it because they haven't been here for a long time, but we're never complacent. Like, we're just constantly looking for where can we continue to improve, continue to build, and continue to grow, the business that we've already grown to this point. We can't be complacent with where we're at. If there's other opportunities out there that are better for everyone, then we're going to take advantage of those opportunities. So that's definitely something that we're actively looking into now, is what other opportunities are out there for the Amro token that may be more beneficial to the community.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and even for you guys that are not familiar with the cash pool, make sure you get some more information inside Discord. I know that there are people taking advantage of that, and that's going to help them to increase the revenue that's coming into them to be able to. I know many people have talked about how they're going to utilize that to purchase more Xeno and increase their Xeno holdings. And not only that, when you join that cash pool, part of that revenue that's generated is going back into the community wallet, and we will be using it to purchase some of our own Xeno mining NFTs. That revenue then goes back into the community wallet, which means just more revenue back to you guys, right? So as we look to for new ways, new things that come out on the market, if we find that it's viable and it's a good opportunity, yeah, make sure you do your diligence, ask the questions in there, and become part of that, because it will help accelerate what you want to build. I do see Staba with your hand up, my man. I'm going to pass the mic over to you, sir.
He's lucky I wasn't holding my breath. But yeah, no. I just wanted to say also that the dev side of things, like just how it's been controlled by that, and how good he is, like the dashboard, the minting. It's been so smooth and so reasonable for us as investors. And the other thing is that even though I'm part of the team, I'm a junior part of the team. Just from what I see in the community as well as in the team, it's probably the best community, well run business operation that I've seen for a long time in Web3.
Yeah, and then to expand on kind of what Polly was saying, and Staba, I mean, the things that we as part of the team is and trying to upskill and become better in this Web3 space. There's for people who are part of the team and that want to continue to learn and grow in Web3, we've been given that opportunity, right? With the future founders pathway that Fleece has created for us, the upskilling with using content creation and things like that for our team. But not only that, but to bring it to the community, right? To offer these ways of people to upskill, because we want to bring people into the team that are part of the community, because we do require that, to be honest with you. But we want to be able to offer more to you guys, not only through that education of what we bring to you as far as educating on wallets and security, but also upskilling, right? Because let's face it, things in the economy are changing. We may see a change in job markets and things like that. So if we're able to offer upskilling opportunities to maybe with AI and chat GPT and some of the things it can do, for some of you who may be out there in a field that may be replaced by some automation or cut back, if you can get a head start on reskilling and developing other skills that you can utilize, these things are going to become massively important as the landscape of the economy changes. And it's not just here. I believe that we're going to see this worldwide. So best for us to be ahead of that, and position our entire community to benefit from these things, and offer these as educational components. So I appreciate that, Fleece. And there's always something to be learned on a daily basis. I've learned stuff from very different people that are on the team, that come with different skill sets, things that people have different backgrounds in, when it comes to different things. So we can always learn something from each other. So just be open to that. That's all you got to do, is have an open mind, right? Because as we rely on each other and the experiences and expertise of each other, will help us all to succeed, right? So um, I see Leo came up here to the speakers panel, and you have your hand up, Leo. So I'll pass the mic over to you, sir. How are you? And thank you.
All right. Can you guys hear me good?
We sure can.
One of the, I think a couple of days ago, you made a statement that was really, like, really awesome. It was, this is a bear market. It's time to build. It's time to buy. And when you ever heard that saying, if you build it, they will come. And
Oh yeah.
and so we're building something and we're preparing something with the team that when it explodes, we're there. We're ahead of people because we're already prepping things. So you're being in a drought. So why are you planting seed in a field if it's a drought? And the rest are just dying, the rest of the farmers. Well, you do it because you have hope, because you have faith, because you have confidence in the team. So when the bull comes, when the rain comes, you're ahead of everybody. So you're going to reap the rewards quicker and you're going to explode faster. And that's the mindset that when you said that a couple of days ago, that just rung so true, and it just blew me away. I mean, that's what it is.
Yeah, I mean, it is. This is, even in a bear market, this is the time when things are boring and sideways. It's usually the time to be buying, not when there's big, huge green candles in the market. The opportunity, not to say that the opportunity's past you, but don't go chasing green candles. Don't let that FOMO kick in. Buy. Even when there's blood in the streets, even if it's your own blood, buy your own blood, right? And when you do that and you buy in small, my recommendation is I buy in small little quantities, 20, $30 here and there into the projects and into the cryptos that I like and think that the teams are well constructed behind them, to fill my bags, because I know that this market is going to recover. I think, again, I've stated this before, that having the miners online and hashing away currently right now, purchasing more and getting more online before this next halving, and stacking as much BTC as we can and the other altcoins. We're, again, through the mining aspect, we're able to actually acquire Bitcoin for less than what you would be paying it at spot prices. All right. So that's another thing to consider, is that, you know, um, literally, for us not to be profitable, Bitcoin would have to drop down to like 15,000 um, uh, dollars in order for us to become just breaking even. And then that would be a considerable movement in the market. I don't think we're going to see $15,000 Bitcoin. Um, if we did, it would be a flash sale and then be bought right back up. But that's just my opinion. So don't take this as financial advice. So, be acquiring. So, and do it little by little so that you can dollar cost average and track your entries. But as far as getting exposure to Bitcoin for less than spot, mining is a perfect way to do it. And I don't think that we are at risk of any of that, simply because of the time that we launched back in May and then got our miners and continue to look at purchasing more at prices that we're going to be able to get them at. It's the perfect time to be putting that capital out and able to get as many miners as we can for the capital that we have raised. So I believe that we are well positioned to take advantage of this next bull run. And with having Aaron and Gary, and working with the executive team and watching the mining prices, and the release of new miners, I think, guys, that we are in very good hands. So yeah, that's my 2 cents on the whole conversation. So, Paulie, coming back to you, I'm not sure if there's anything else that you want to share with the community. I know we got off to a little bit of a late start. There hasn't been too much new information to share with everybody. But if anybody is listening to this recording later on and just hearing about xeno mining, please click on the Xeno Mining PFP, hop in our Discord, come check us out. We have folks to reach you inside Discord, and get your questions answered while you read over the white paper. And obviously, those numbers in the white paper are going to increase as we get it onto immersion mining and see the benefit of having, like what Polly was saying, roughly about a 30% increase. I believe in those numbers. So if there's anything I missed, Paulie, be happy to have you fill in any of those gaps and with the community, and then we'll kind of look to wrap things up. And like I said, guys, make sure you pay attention to the events we have coming up and show up in force for us, and we'll just continue to work hard for you.
I think you covered it, man. I think we got a good cover down of kind of where we're at. Good update. I think, like I said, the only new news is obviously those couple of miners that we're finally getting pushed back for warranty to get fixed up, and then getting another 10 online to push us to 40 total online. So probably some new information that everybody wasn't really aware of. And then looking to push another 10 shortly after that to get us to 50 before we get to immersion. So kind of I think it's big news, because when we get 50 miners running online in immersion mining, you're going to see a massive difference.
Yeah, no, I think so too, because that increased hashing rate and start seeing that go up. And I know the dev is working on some updates, and I know that we would like to be able to bring you guys some current information on the website as well, for you guys to be able to view. I'm not sure where we stand with that. I know that that's things that we have promo working on, and are on the roadmap as far as bringing that information to you guys so you can see what's going on more in real time. I do see that Fleece came up to the speaker panel as well. Maybe he'd like to elaborate on that, just to kind of give us any kind of updates on any kind of UI updates that potentially are coming down the pipeline soon. It'd be great to hear that. And so, Fleece, if you would like, I'd like to pass the mic over to you, sir. Hope you're having a great Thursday.
How you doing, man? How's everybody doing?
Great, now that I'm out of work and spend my time with you guys.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's about 1 p.m. here on a Thursday. I'm actually sitting outside Chipmunks. My wife and the in-laws are inside there with the kids. But yeah, it's been a bit of a fun time in there. But the space, I've really enjoyed the community update. It's been awesome. Good to hear.
This space was downloaded via spacesdown.com. Visit to download your spaces today.
Familiar voices, but also getting the updates. So I've sort of been writing a few notes here, and I'll just sort of go on a few touch points and maybe just emphasizing a few things that you guys are talking about. But yeah, so Pele was talking about this move to immersion mining. And he mentioned like the increase in profitability. Like another thing, and this was like really highlighted to me by the head of mining at Elite Mining. The benefit is the miners are literally near new when you pull them out. So when you have a miner that goes into an air-cooled facility, obviously unless you're, and like I've managed a data center, so I have a really good understanding about the like level of dust free protection like proper data centers go through, and most like crypto mining data centers won't go through that. So most miners degrade very quickly. Our miners will be like near new, like when we pull them out, which is a big deal, because when it comes to resale, like when you have a look at the strategy around what we're doing, where we're looking at returns in perpetuity, 100%. Like when these miners are worth like 4 and 5 times what they're going to be worth now, as they are in the bear market, we're going to be selling these miners at a profit, and then we're going to be like cycling in. So there's going to be a lot of strategy around that, and that there alone around our immersion mining equipment allows us to execute that, because we can pull our miners out and they're in really good nick. We can sell them on. So that's one thing. I think, like another thing I'd like to, it's just like there's so much awesome shit happening in our community and project that it's just really easy to sort of talk about things with bullet points. So I really want to put like emphasis into this. Like we're all on this journey here, like, and I guess it's like a mission for financial freedom or a battle for like liberty or whatever we're doing. And like we've made some hefty claims around what we believe these NFTs are going to return, and we really, really do stand behind it and what we believe we can do. And this is really based around my research on what's achievable not only with our mining, so we know what we can do with our base income with our mining, but also alternative investment opportunities that are available through algorithmic trading, AI trading, quant trading, but not just that, also nodes, IRL business, different opportunities. So we really understand that. So therefore, I really want to bring people's attention and like really make people understand that 20% of the revenue from all of the mining is allocated out to that. So we're going to have a steady flow going into this investment fund. That's a big deal. Like, as we're seeing what's happening now with Trade AI, right? And like a lot of people have got familiarity with that. And if you don't, you need to come in and create a ticket and ask us about the Xeno cash pool, and we'll bring you into the war room because, you know, and we'll talk about it. But it's just really understanding that. Also on the education piece, like I'm huge on personal development and just continual growth, continual learning. That is what has allowed me, and not meaning to brag, to be wherever the fuck I want to be, and no one tells me what I want to do, you know, what I have to do. Like creating that liberty and having enough passive income, residual income, or property or crypto, whatever you want to do to be able to achieve that. That is what has allowed me to do that, is that pure obsession with continuous learning and then an ability to just go and learn whatever we need to learn. So we're committing to next month getting stuck into the course of the month. It will be around ChatGPT on the first month, and we really want to upskill everybody in the community who's interested. You know, this is just like if you're interested in doing that, but it's an investment group, so there's a culture of learning, growth, development. We're all like, not all, sorry, a lot of us are ex-military, and a lot of us have got that no weak shit mindset. So like if that's the approach and that's the mindset, well, fucking let's get to it. You know, like that's what needs to be done. Like seriously, we need to like learn more shit, get more advanced, because there's a tidal wave of people coming who are going to learn all this AI shit. And if you just don't know it as a baseline knowledge, you're fucked. So get with the program and hurry up and learn it. We're going to facilitate that as a community because that's what we do. We're just cutting edge. We want to be the fucking best. Anyway, I'm going on a bit of a run there, Vince, but I've got a few other the price point. You have a look, like those who came in early, some of you paid like what, 150, 200, whatever you paid. The price point now is 300. Why? Because all of the research, the homework, the dashboard, the staking, the art, like everything's been done, paid for, and all of you here essentially in the space right now have made that possible. You know, and we're so grateful to you for that. And now it's like we're putting a line in the sand and saying, well, those coming forward, going forward, are now going to pay fucking more, basically, because they're just stepping into something that's already built. Mm-hmm. It's already here. Like the mining team are doing just a fucking amazing, phenomenal job. Aaron, Gary, Paul, just on what we're touching on, and like we're just a get shit done mindset. We are going to find our own location, facility, and get our own facility going, as well as being partnered with Elite Mining, because we understand, we can see that there's a big opportunity there for B2B as well as what we're doing, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah, Fleece, I want to kind of interject there a
sure.
second because, again, what Fleece is talking about when you look at, some of us we're very fortunate to become or arrive here early and get our NFTs at a very, even a greater price point, as far as a cheaper price, on the NFTs. And if you look at some of the other projects that are out there, they've been minting at higher price points than what we are currently offering now, right? So there's a lot of upside potential for us that Fleece is referring to, and don't feel like you are late. You're still early. As we are, the first pay cycle is about to come up here at the beginning of October. We have a lot of growth yet to go. I don't know if Felicia, you're about to touch on this, but as we sell out Xeno and have these miners online and move into the first responder collection, we are going to continue to expand my operations. So for those of you who feel like, oh my gosh, I didn't get my NFT at $150, $200 before, you're still getting an extreme amount of value and you're still early. So I just wanted to throw that in there, Fleece. So I'll pass it back over to you. Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's such a. I mean, I don't mean to be rude, but it's such a small amount of money. I don't even really. I don't even consider it. And like having been around the Web3 exactly like you're talking about, Web3 space events for so long, seeing the amount of money that people spend on absolute dog shit, non-utility, no fucking money making motherfucking projects. And then you look at our project and it's like nothing but pure utility. Yeah.
And growth, personal growth.
And growth. And like at the worst case scenario, just go look at the floor, it's just really, really obvious. But people figure that out when they come into the ecosystem, and we built this crazy strong base, and what that allows you to do is just go big and go large because the base is there and the model is right. But I see Stabber's got his hand up, so I'll shut up for a second.
No
Bro,
worries.
keep going, bro. Fucking hell, mate. I've charged my car now. I'm fully charged too. You wind me up so good, mate. I love it.
No, I think we're on the precipice of great things to come. And though, like I said, you're still here early. Some of you guys might not have the liquidity to invest right now. Figure out a way to make it work. All right. For the $300 investment, what it's going to return to
Vince,
you.
go into your wallet. Go have a look at all of those trash dog shit NFTs that you've got sitting in there that you're hoping are going to come back. They're not coming back. Go list them, sell them, get rid of them. They're all trash. They're absolute fucking the non-utility. If you we were talking about this a little bit earlier, and it's like I'm going on an all-out, all full frontal assault on non-utility degen projects. Dog shit, trash, they're done. Unless you're a really good utility project, or you are one of the early blue chip projects, yeah, cool. If you're one of the early blue chips, cool, sweet as. If you're a pure utility project like us where you can actually provide a return, yeah. If you're a legit gaming project, cool. But anything outside of a lot of these DGM projects are done. I'm done. That's what I would say. Go have a look at your portfolio, reassess
it. Yeah, not financial advice, but I did a little bit of tax loss harvesting, sold some crypto at a loss with the intent to take that against my gains, right? So, there are ways to play the money game, and I think that our community, we've attracted a much savvier investor. They understand the utility, they understand what we're building and the long term benefits of it. And I think you're going to see a lot more of that utility in this next bull cycle. Even with NFTs, yeah, I think you'll still have some of your hype projects, that will do okay. But I think you're really going to see the biggest explosion within gaming and gaming utility. That somehow they're bringing in reward systems into their gaming on the blockchain and in proof of work, right? These mining projects, I think, are going to be absolutely outstanding. But again, a lot of it has to do with the timing of when they're purchasing their miners. As we was talking about earlier, having our miners in that version and being able to take the miners out of commission, still sell them those assets at a profit from what we paid for them, and then be able to put that capital back in when miners come back down and then new miners are out, and be able to put that back into action for you guys. I think that's huge, right? And that's part of that other wallet that we have for the operations is prepared to do for you guys, right? Where we can sustain things and flip those miners and take profits on the miners as well. It's a great time to be buying right now. So that we need to put the capital to work for us, right? So go ahead, Fleece.
Yeah, no, it's a really good point on the tax savings. I did lose a bit of money on NFTs, and I guess that's some of those NFTs I was buying, was like back when you first get into NFTs and you're quite inexperienced and FOMOing in, and it's a lesson, That some of them have like gone to literal like lost fucking 10 to 100x, so it's a pain in the backside. But I yeah, I just agree with what you're saying. Agree with your sentiments.
Thank you.
Totally.
Yep. Did you have another point that you wanted to make as well? I know you said you had a couple of them that you wanted to touch on. I didn't know if you had another one that you wanted to share with the community.
No, yeah, I would just say, look, the price at 300 is going to be lasting till 2,500 NFTs. So we're going to what, 4,018. I'm
Yep.
going to continue to scale these prices up. So yeah, people will get in. We know, like, in the current environment of what's happening, just around our involvement with algorithmic trading, that there's going to be serious demand for these NFTs. We're really comfortable with that price, $300. It will scale up probably like another $50 every 500 NFTs. So yeah, jump in, get involved. For those who are new and listening and going, what the hell is going on? Who is this crazy guy coming on telling everyone to sell their shit NFTs, and with the weird voice from down in New Zealand? I'm Fleece, Mark Tulloch, and yeah, come on through, create a ticket, or come in for a voice chat. We'll talk about it. But what else? I do have. I did take some notes. Couple other points. No, not really.
Okay.
It's just like, I know. It was just like I enjoyed the space.
Awesome.
It was a good space. Really cool listening in. It's a friggin' tough time for people. It's like, I don't know how it is for you guys over in the States right now. I don't know, like, literally don't know what the current socioeconomic vibe is or what's going on, but it is extremely tough over here in New Zealand for people at the moment. Like, the price of food has just gone through the roof, the price of petrol, like the cost of living, interest rates have gone up. So yeah, it is. It's really, really hurting people. And the thing I think about is, like, I feel extremely grateful to be in the position I'm in. I know that's possible, that people can get that done, and we're going to help people get it done through what we're doing in crypto, and it's good to know that we are in the right spot. Like here's the actual reality about crypto, guys. Like we will build our bags up and we continue to stack and dollar cost average and hodl and buy our way up. That's like what I do as well, and but it's actually like having your ear close to the ground, getting deeper and deeper and deeper networks into knowing what's going on and getting the early alpha, and that's how you make the exponential growth with a strategic portion of your overall portfolio invested. Not financial advice, of course, but like that's how we make exponential growth. So, and the only way to do that is to be here, like in places, not just here, but be like in places like this, not just here. And I see we got antics here, like shout out, but places like here, you know, moon runners, and like all of the places we do go, like we're in the right place. We're in the bear market, ear to the ground, understanding what's going on, stacking our money, growing our bags, and we're going to be fucking ready to pounce. Why? Because I can see everybody here, because we're a club and we're an investor group. We stick together. We use, I mean, I actually know people personally here. I'm looking down there like H. I know everybody here. Fucking, there's so many smart people in this room. Like, it's crazy the amount of smart brains. So, like, just imagine the networks and opportunities that are going to be coming and flowing in the deal flow in the peak of the bull run. You just got to fucking be really smart now. That's what's going to make the difference. Be really smart now and do what you can to stack as much as you can. No financial advice. Stavin's
Yeah,
still got his hand up. It's freaking me out.
I do want to touch on that real quickly, Fleece. I know here in the U.S., we've seen similar things with food prices increase, home mortgage rates easily double. There some of them are like running at 8%. Car notes, same thing. If you're not savvy or catch it at the right time, there's just interest rates are going up. We're even seeing it work where now we're being asked to scale back, right? So we have people that are probably going to lose their job, and you're going to start seeing more and more of that come. So we're being asked to do more with less staff, right? So if things weren't, tough enough as it is, I foresee my employees becoming more stressed because the cost of living has gone up, and now we're being asked to do even more with less resources, right? So if you're looking at the state of the economy, where are you putting your money that you're getting a return on that you can even compete with the rate of inflation right now? Right? So if you're not staking crypto, you're not buying utility NFTs that are going to be paying you in the long run, and put that money and funds back in your pocket, you've got to figure out what your strategy is going to be. Because I see rough times ahead. I don't see them being as rough for some of us that are already ahead of the curve, where we've invested wisely into these opportunities. And like Felice was saying, leveraging the algorithmic trading to increase your funds to then turn around. And I know many of us are using those funds to purchase more Xenos, which you're now using your funds to create more, right? Which is what smart investors do. They put their money into places where it makes them money and then recycles it into making even more, right? So you're in a right group. And I see you came up to the speaker panel. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate it. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. School holidays, so enjoying it. Just wanted to thank Mark um, for the bull talk, because it is all true. New Zealand's throwing down the giggler, and you say, where else can you put some money? I'm very bullish on gold and silver, always have been. So I have now chopped that down to 5% of my portfolio, as I believe in a lot of the projects that I've invested here. And, you know, if I look over the time due to the exchange rate, it's very difficult for us in New Zealand with the NFT exchange rate. It's like 59 cents to the US dollar. But because I had bought gold and silver back in 2020, January 2020, it has been an absolute game changer for me in terms of we don't pay GST on gold. And the exchange rate was up at around 72, 73 cents when I bought. But that really gave me a solid opportunity to dig down into projects that I believe, a lot of them, you know, there's been a couple here that you've referred to me, and that's I've just fully committed to moon runners. So I now got my lands and my 2025 moon runners. So I'm really happy about that today. But yeah, this is an opportunity at this time of the market, just to do things that people aren't thinking about. This is
Yep.
this is a 4-year plan for me, and I think most people know here that I'm. If I was a male, my balls would be hitting the ground with my gaming projects. So I'm. It's no surprise. A lot of people don't understand it, but I'm deep down in Web3 gaming. Not just one game that's my biggest, but anything with the gaming Web3. I follow all of those games quite closely. But hand on heart, if I hadn't have met Mark, it was maybe a year ago when I met him and his beautiful wife and children. I am a firm believer of this project. And I am in this project because my father is ex-military, and it's always felt like just feels a nice place for someone like me to be in, because I've seen some of that post-traumatic stress over my years and how it affected my dad, serving in the military for 4 years in Malaya. We got leptospirosis and malaria, and he almost died when he was, you know, that's 18 to 22. So I'm a big fan. I feel connected to you guys at Xeno. And if it wasn't for this conversation that I had with Mark that day, and he made the effort, I made the effort, I wouldn't be here. So I'm really appreciative of you all.
Thank you. Appreciate you being here. And that means a lot. I mean, and again, at the end of the day, Fleece started this to really make a difference within the veteran space, right? Because we do see the need, and not only in the community, and just like what AH said, when you grow up in a family and you see the cost of being through events like that and what it does to a family, especially when people struggle with it. We know the effects of it firsthand, right? So there's a lot of help that we can provide. And by creating this revenue stream through the proof of work mining, I know we have a large target, but I'm very confident that we're going to get there. And that's partly due to the massive team of experts that we have behind us and the leadership that we have that's taking us on that road and that path, and the relationships that we've been able to culminate from all this, as we see antics in there, and moon runners, and some of the other projects that we've been able to connect with. So all that together, and bringing all this to under the umbrella of Dogface Labs, and then being able to bring it to our community, we are all going to be able to grow. And that's the best thing is, it's not about getting to the finish line. It's who can we take to the finish line with us, right? So I don't know if Fleece, you wanted to say anything before I hand the mic over to Leo with his hand up. Leo, you got your hand up. Go ahead, my man. I'll pass the mic.
All right. So two things. Number one, with the low power price that you guys got, and with the immersion, put that together, you get explosion. I mean, you get revenue coming a lot quicker. And because of that, you're going to see the floor price increase. And you're also going to see people wanting it more because of the, passive income it brings. So that's
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
that's gonna jack
Huge.
this up, and the selling is going to be a lot easier, and people are going to realize that. But I think what the coolest thing that impresses me the most about Fleece is he made it real. He made it that it's practical and that we're doing something for the veterans, that we're doing something to disabled veterans, that we're doing something for the mental area and the veterans. And people are going to see both of those, how it's real and life matters and that you care and you're providing wealth. And that's going to explode this thing. And with the team set up and we're prepping all this stuff, it's just going to go a lot faster and we're ahead of the game. And you guys got to see that it's going to explode. And his high prices are nothing. I mean, we're just going to blow through that. And I see it.
Yep. The train is on the tracks and we are rolling along. Yeah, I do. I definitely think that that's the case. Stabba, I see you with your hand up, sir. I'll go ahead and pass the mic over to you, my man.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say that I've had a few first dates in my life, but when I met Fleece and Real, fuck, he won my heart. So, and he won my wallet. He got a few feed. He's a hungry boy, but yeah, no. So,
Hey, don't forget,
um,
I won your misses over on the project for you.
yeah, we know. So at the end of the day, I just say it's going to be great for all of us to meet up in real life when we do this next venture as well. So I got three things to say. Let's fucking moon.
Yeah, love it, Staba. Absolutely. I think we're well on our way, and it'll be great to be able to sit in that moonlight and share a cocktail with the team when Fleece flies. I think Fleece was going to take us somewhere like exotic, like Aruba, somewhere real exotic like that, wasn't it? Wasn't that the case, right, Fleece?
I hear Costa Rica's good. That's the one I keep hearing of late. Everyone seems to be going to Costa Rica. You guys will probably know more about that than I
I
do.
I believe Costa Rica is very crypto friendly too, on capital gains as well.
Cool. Let's do it. But yeah, no, it was just in response to Asia. It was cool to bump into. We bumped into each other at the warehouse in Tauranga the other day. I was passing through with my kids, wife and kids, and in-laws, and you were leaving with your kid as well, right? So it's a small world. It's quite crazy and surreal to be involved in a project and community like this because you've obviously got people from all over the world we've never met, but we're very, very tight, and we're gonna meet. And then, but it's the thing that's probably a little bit unique about this community is we've actually got a whole bunch of New Zealanders randomly who all know each other, who all met. So I've met all of the Kiwis, H, Stabber, obviously Killer AK,
Antics.
the Cork, Antics, of course. Yeah, we're all buddies, so we're gonna have to come over in a big contingent and show you guys how to party in Vegas. Teach you guys how to fucking have a rage, mate. Antics will be fucking leading that. I'll tell you right now.
Antics would be a bottle deep of red wine and done, bro. What are you talking about?
But yeah, no, H, going back to what H was talking about, yeah, it was very, very cool when we met in person because you know, you hear those stories about someone having a family member who was a veteran, and then, you know, hearing about that, and then the health effects, and, you know, then, and like how much that affects someone as a child growing up. And, um, you know, my dad's a veteran, and and his dad is, and like just like into like massive. I guess I don't know. I guess like we're born in that era, World War One, two, Korea, Vietnam. Like we're probably like all of our ancestors are like veterans of some sort. So it's all there, right? And there's a lot of intergenerational trauma. Um, the thing that really gets me is homelessness. Like even when I see homelessness over here, I've like just got a huge amount of empathy for homeless people. I've had like a stint of sleeping in my car and being down and out, and then was like really fortunate that my commander at my army office allowed me to sleep on my mat on the ground. So I was like sleeping rough for like in my car for, you know, maybe a week, and then ended up in there. So it's, yeah, but then, you know, like obviously when you go in and you serve, you become extremely tight with the people who are there, because, and it's a bit like this project, right? Everybody, it's shared struggle. That's why Dogface Labs is so tight. Why? Because we ate shit for a year, and it took us a year to sell 777 motherfucking NFTs, and it fucking sucked. And we just had to grind it out while everybody around us was like shit projects, degen projects, making millions of dollars selling dog shit. While we were like a legit DAO based project that wanted to like help veterans, and no one gave a fuck about us. And we ate shit for a year, but we still got through it. So it's yeah, this project is obviously, yeah, like I started it, but it's like I always hear people commending me, but it's really truly, and this is like very early. We got Rich down there who's very very early. Um, it became about the community, because we just couldn't do it without, you know, all of the people who've bought into what we're doing as a team. It's phenomenal. Like we've got 26 team members. I pinch myself, put it that way. I pinch myself at like what we as a group are doing on a daily basis, right? We're all doing it together. We've got the shared purpose. Fuck, does it exist anywhere else out there in Web3? Show it to me. Someone show it to me. Like what we're the magic that we're creating here right now. Someone show it to me. I can't see it. I can't see it. I'm sure like I know there's like projects that have made a fuck ton of money, but what we're creating here is extremely unique. And um, I know enough about business to know that how big you grow is about, obviously it's about the vision and the base, but it's very much about the vision, but how big a base can you build? And I've said this to people, and I don't say it all the time, but I intend to build a fucking $1 billion company here, guys. We're building a $1 billion company, like, and we've got the right model. We will have mining facilities, but then we're taking that to the next level. We'll have our charitable aspect to what we're going to do, but we will be involved in DeFi, we'll be involved in IRL. This is, yeah, it's going to be huge. Why? Because it just grows bigger every cycle, right? Every cycle, we get bigger.
Shoot, I spend more time with you guys, Fleece, than I do with my wife.
For real. For real.
But
Yeah.
you know, that's I it's not just because I want to put in all the work, which I do for the team, but it's because I've really built some great friendships here, you know, amongst the team as well. And to be around people who not only see value in each other, but also uh, do not have any qualms about saying, "Hey, get your shit together. You're better. You're better than that. Let's upskill you. Let's learn more. Let's give you more resources to be successful with." Right, and that's the beauty of it. I think that we all, have good days and bad days, but we can lift each other up, and I think that's part of that camaraderie that being veterans, or being in that culture a little bit is hey, we're not going to leave you behind, but you're gonna pull your weight. All right, so let's go. No weak shit.
Yeah, absolutely. For those who are outside the team or sort of maybe listening, what the hell are these guys talking about? It's yeah, to be part of the team, the standards are really, really high. You're expected to come in and do a whole bunch of shit, basically. And if you don't do it, you get told you suck and you're doing a really shit job and you need to hurry up and do it or leave. Which is just, yeah, that's but it's a great culture because yeah, it just eliminates. I know that's the culture I've always enjoyed working in, right? It's when there's gray area, when there's, I guess, what I would deem passive aggressive type behavior from people who don't want to say things, but they're unhappy with you or whatever. It's like when it's very direct, it allows you to just be effective because you can just get on with it. But I think, like, for me, the cool thing about our project and the thing that's very unique, and this is what I envisage and what I guess I'm very focused on, is that this will culminate in building the retreat and having a physical location and us coming together and building something, which is going to be really, really interesting in itself. It's like, okay, like we've all come together and we've hung out as a community and we've like the team have proven they can work together as a remote working group, and then it's like, okay, wow, now we're going to come together. And for those who aren't familiar, yeah, we're not sort of planning to go in and, well, mate, you never know, right? We might find a secondhand retreat in Central America or something, but the plan is literally to probably more like along the lines of go and build like a ranch style retreat somewhere in America, in the United States, sorry. And it will be, that process of building the facilities and getting it all ready and building it out is all part of the growth and the story and the effort of the project and the community, because that's just how we roll anyway, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then concurrently we'll have the funds ready and we'll be tapping into a lot of um, the public funding as well, right? That's available to provide assistance, and
Yep.
we'll utilize our partnerships with Peaceful Pastures. He'll obviously give us a hand on how the hell we do that,
Yep.
but there's a lot of knowledge in that area. But we'll continue to work with Ryan as well.
Yeah, I think that's been proven so far. Fleeces, every time we've run up where we are now taking on a new aspect, it seems that the right people show up for the project that help us move it forward. We've been pretty fortunate with that, and I think that not to get too hocus pocus, but I think the universe has seen the work done and it's been laid out, and then like I believe it's a Buddhist saying, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear, right? So as we continue to evolve and develop and we start to get into these new aspects, the right person shows up that says, hey, I got expertise in that and I want to help, right? And that's what helps us move forward. So all right, guys. We've been going well over an hour now. I want to say thank you to Paulie and Fleece for popping in sharing their wealth of knowledge with us, and just kind of letting the community know that you are in good hands and you are in the right place. So we will continue to work hard for you, and we value the trust that you've put in us. And the time is right, so we're just going to keep moving forward, and we're happy to have you along on this journey and doing it all together with us. So. If there's any last words, Fleece, I'll give you a quick opportunity to go ahead and wrap it up, and then we'll look to close out the community space.
Yeah, thanks, man. It's just great to see everybody. Always good to see familiar faces. I would just say, bloody, let's keep trucking ahead. Let's keep moving forward. I'm not. It's I don't need motivation. I'm just extremely fucking bullish about where we are, what we're doing, the team, and you, all of you as well. Yeah, we got a great community and we're all in the right place. So see you soon.
Agreed. All right. Well, thank you very much, Fleece. Super appreciate it. Polly, hope you're doing okay over there after that root canal. Thank you, Leo and Sam, for popping up here. Appreciate you guys, and we look forward to seeing you guys again next week for another community update. See where we're at with things and where we stand. And appreciate you all. So I do want to give back your time this evening. Man, get out there, touch some grass, see your loved ones. Don't forget the important things, right? Family. Don't forget that it all gets lost sometimes. So don't forget about that, because time is one of those assets that you just cannot buy anything more of, right? So um, although we're buying our time back by creating rewards, all right, so that you do not have to continue to work hard all the time. That's what being a smart investor is about, is it actually buying your time back through having passive income streams, right? So this is one of those avenues, and we'll continue to bring more avenues through the community DAO. But with that being said, I want to go ahead and wrap up tonight's community space. Thank you for everybody who's in attendance. Fleece, Paulie, appreciate you guys popping in, and you guys have a great night. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate you. Always got to be the jokester, Paulie. Appreciate you, my man. See you guys next week.